bank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your double one Chief Rock, Uncle Freezy in the building. Salute. Welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime show. Joined by Coach. Coach, what's good, bro?
Nope. Enjoying another good one and feeling
another
good.
Day in paradise.
Another day in Knicks paradise.
Yeah, y'all. Yeah, man. My apologies.
Gonna have to change the channel name to Lawrence Cheers soon.
Lawrence Cheers. Imagine that. Lawrence Cheers. Tori B in the building. Salute.
Good evening.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm super excited about what we saw tonight. Everybody, let me first apologize. Hey, yeah, I'm dealing with a cold, y'all, and this thing has me in a hold. So I apologize for running behind time. I'm here. Y'all never catch Uncle Freezy in street clothes, right? Salute, everybody. Salute. Let me start off by asking. So I'll do ladies first. Turby, what did you see tonight and tonight's win that impressed you or stood out to you?
It was a few things. One, I was impressed with the fact that they actually did not go in there and mess around. They literally had the Nets in a chokehold from tip-off. And that is something that they struggled with last season. They would go into games like this, and it was like they would sleepwalking through the game. So they either end up losing or struggling to win. And tonight, they were the superior team, and it showed.
Right.
And there was, if you pull up the stat sheet, you see how balanced the scoring was. Everybody scored. Everybody had assists. Everybody had rebounds. Everybody had steals. It was like a total team effort. That is great basketball. And I know it was against the Nets, but it was still great basketball.
Right. Hey, King Ribby, I'm gonna put the Discord link in the chat. If you don't mind adding the Discord link every now and then for me, man. So follow us on Discord at this BEM. Hey, everybody, that's our Discord link. So we got it up and running. I'm going to try to be more active in there, try to have more of the Mitchell Robinson for MVP conversations in there. Some Josh Hart is the GOAT conversations.
Let's go. President of the fan club right here.
Right, let's go. Let's get it.
That's Ivory 10. You can be the vice president.
Yo, Ivory 10. Yeah, Ivory 10 has Mitchell Robinson's image tattooed on his chest. That's what I think. Right.
If he got his image tattooed on his chest, I'd definitely be the vice president.
right.
Definitely be the vice president.
Because there are bridges, and then there are bridges that are too far. right?
Right.
And that one right there is a bridge too far, right?
I mean, I really like Mitch, but not that much.
Not that much, not that much. So, Coach, let's talk about what Tory B said just really quick before we get into what you saw, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Tory B mentioned the Knicks. Basically, the theme of what I get is Tory B mentioning that the Knicks are playing together, but not playing together, but sharing and liking it, right? It seems like they enjoy playing together and are on a fast track to develop that championship level chemistry that champions have.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gleaning the same thing from what Tory B said?
Yeah, I mean, sharing is caring. The saying, but I think it all starts at the top. Jalen Brunson, the captain, we all have noticed, I'm sure. We've said it a few times during the watch along. Look at Jalen Brunson passing and being unselfish, and then that gets contagious.
Right.
It's about the collective buying in to the culture. And
Right.
now Mike Brown and the staff and the offense coordinator and the staff is preaching this ball movement, sharing the basketball, making good decisions. Even players like Jordan Clarkson, who are traditionally chuckers, he's getting in the mix, passing, making great passes. Cats passing. Everyone's just, when it's looking like this, it's looking good, So the amount of passes, we're averaging like 30 or 40 more passes a game than we did last year.
Right.
That's a lot.
Ooh.
Yeah, man.
May I mention something to that passing number that you mentioned?
Yeah.
So everybody, here's the thing. Like because I think somebody mentioned that to me before. I think that it may have been IKBM Dre that mentioned to me that the passing numbers are up. But here's the thing about NBA offense: there are coaching mandated passing and plays, and then there is guys looking for each other, right? And this year, I think the obvious thing is guys are looking for each other, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the difference between homework and work at home, right? Like legit, when your teacher gives you homework, you do your homework because it's mandatory, right? Now the work at home part is extra work that you want to have and that you want to do because you want to have a clearer understanding when you get back to class, right? So there are two different things, there are two different elements of it. I think the fact that the guys are legitimately selfish and unselfish at the same time. Selfish in that they want to be the best at whatever they do on the floor, and unselfish in the fact that they'll share certain tasks with individuals in order for team success. I think that's a real thing, right? That's a real thing. So salute to what Tory B said, because I think I'm inclined to agree with you. The balance on the stat sheet bears out what I think Tory B says, and to what Coach says. In addition, the fact that you can see the improvement on the stats that Tory B said through the stats that Coach mentioned, and one validates the other. Am I wrong on that, Coach? What do you think about that when you hear that?
No, I mean it all. When you have everyone with that mindset, it reflects to everyone having balanced scoring. Because we're obviously a game like this against this opponent, everyone else is going to get a chance to eat like off the bench a little extra.
Right.
But as far as minutes go and all that stuff, but we've seen during this stretch of getting comfortable with everything, that everyone, it just seems to me like a lot of thinking has been taken out of it, and it's just a lot of it's just flow, it's like the flow of the offense, the flow of just running your set, like running your offense, and whatever's open, you hit it. And the difference this year, well, even from the beginning few games, I don't think we're getting more open shots these last 4, 5, 6 games. I just think now some of our guys are getting in the groove and getting comfortable with their shots, and they're making them.
Okay.
These same shots OG and McHale were missing in the playoffs that were open last year, they're hitting them now.
Okay.
So it's easy to just say, oh, it's the system, it's the better offense. Maybe it is. Maybe they're hitting them because they feel more comfortable, or they know they know because of the flow of this offense and the way the ball's moving around, they don't have the pressure. Like each shot is like life or death. They know they're going to get another shot. They're going to get another opportunity. Because the way the ball's getting spread around. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
Like McHale and OG right now, I mean, they were already the most prolific corner 3-point guys for the last 2 or 3 years, the both of them.
Right.
Now it's like taking it to another level.
Yeah.
But now you got efficiency kicking in even more.
Right.
Yeah, these guys are playing great. Oh, I said we was going to get. I like to point that out. I said we were going to get Wingstop this season because these guys were not going to be tired.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out, not a single player tonight played more than 28 minutes.
Okay.
Not a single player.
All right. Now, I find the minutes thing ironic in that Mike Brown is asking them to do more in the minutes that they're played, but they're getting less minutes because they get a result earlier
Yes.
than they did, so then they can rest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, in years past, the Knicks played games close to the vest where you rarely got a Knicks blowout, right?
Right.
One way or the other, you rarely got a blowout, right? So guys, if they played 37 minutes, they were high leverage, very exhaustive 37 minutes. Where in tonight, where guys played 28 minutes, it may have seemed like 14 minutes of actual NBA basketball because you get your work done early, and then you can kind of not let your foot off the gas, everyone. But Mike Brown can substitute a little bit light-handed, right? Like he could let Jordan Clarkson cook and get his scoring to going without playing Deuce. And then when Deuce enters, you can sit Jalen Brunson more because Clarkson is cooking and Deuce has to play his regular rotation minutes. Now Jalen Brunson gets to sit. That cascading effect that we've been asking for years. Like, can you get your work done early so that maybe the kids can play, right? Or maybe Landry Shamet can run a unit like he did tonight. Tonight, we got to see a couple of things that we rarely get to see. One of those things is we got to see Landry Shamet be the leader of a group. We got to see Gershon Yabusele be the leader of a group to end the game. Did anyone notice that? Like Gershon Yabusele out there with the kids?
Yes.
Taking all the shots. Notice like he is the big vet on the floor. right? And so when you see that, you're like, oh, is this just a Brooklyn Nets thing, or is this a team philosophy thing?
I mean, the Nets are abysmal, right? But the shooting
Yeah.
percentage from everybody today was like fantastic.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I don't know if this is sustainable, but man, if it is, the league is
Right.
in trouble.
Right.
Yep.
Because while
Right.
everybody got a one and a two, right? There's a whole bunch of teams that got a one and a real good two, and some got a one, a two, and a three, but nobody got a four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. And we actually had that. so,
Right.
so they in trouble.
Yeah, because like I
You
think
know,
the thing that's happened with Clarkson and Josh Hart, with those two, this is an adjustment for them with how much they're being counted on minutes wise. Like,
right.
so like at the beginning of the season, they were trying to figure out where they fit in, and now right around this 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th game, I could tell Mike Brown and their staff have figured out the rotation and the groupings, and now everyone's starting to know and figure out what's expected of them. Even Shamit, like I think Shamit knows he's only gonna get spot minutes here and there, and when he does come in, if he's got a three to take it,
Right.
So like now, I think everyone's starting to know what's expected of them, and that's what's opened up. And and like I was saying earlier in the season, now Deuce doesn't have the pressure that he had last year of being the one and only scoring piece off the bench. Like now he can just go out there and play. He can play harder defense. He can facilitate and pass a little bit if he needs to, and then take the shots when he needs to, So now because that pressure's off Deuce, he's going to be playing better.
He can play more free, less responsibility.
Yeah. And that's why I feel like our bench is playing so well right now. Because I don't think we fall off at all right now. Like I haven't seen a fall off because like the way they do, I like how the sub package is going right now. Like I've been finding, like Brunson stays in the whole first period, and then the second period, second quarter, that's when Clarkson comes in with him and Deuce, and then Brunson gets that like extended break, and then Brunson comes back in and plays with Clarkson, and then that gives another look.
Bro, it seems like Brunson, I ain't gonna lie to you, coach, to your point. It seems like Brunson sits for a whole hour, bro.
I know.
It seemed like that, right?
Really felt like this. I feel the same way. I be like, dang, he never coming back.
Like,
they
don't be
Brunson a
needing
party
him to
gift,
come back
right?
though.
Like I like when they have that unit where it's Clarkson, Deuce, like Josh, Cat, and like either Bridges or OG or Bridges for a little while. Sometimes it's Shamit. And then like I see like this little offensive spurt that goes for a little bit with that group.
Right.
And then when it starts, we start needing that defensive tightening up a little bit. And then that's when like OG and Mitch come in. In like the middle of the second quarter, they come back in with Deuce. Sometimes it's like they have that little defensive grouping that comes in. I don't know. It's just they got a good. I just found myself a couple of times like, man, things are looking good right now. I'm like, oh wait, Brunson ain't even in right now.
Right.
It's like they're figuring it out, man.
And they not missing a beat when he not in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not missing the beat. They're playing. I, if this is the work in progress, I'm thoroughly impressed. And again, I know it's the Nets, so I don't want to get, oh, I don't want to get too ahead of myself because it's the Brooklyn Nets, and they were supposed to look like this against the Brooklyn Nets. So we'll see what happens with these back to backs.
So, but the thing is, Tori B is it's not the result that we should be excited about. It should be the process. So
Oh
regardless
no,
what team,
I am.
right?
Yeah,
That's what I was going
yeah,
to say to you, because if you're excited about the process and its infant stages, then by the time February get here, we'll probably be over the moon. We're not gonna hold you because the Knicks are gonna take shots in every game. The Knicks are gonna
right.
take 43s in every game. They'll take about 15, 20 free throws in every game, right? Somebody's gonna be hot, somebody's gonna be cold in every game, right? But the way it looks and how we get there, like doing our work early, is the impressive part in my mind.
Right.
Like Mitchell Robinson setting the tone early with offensive rebounds. The fact that Mike Brown had a play designed for the beginning of the game, if y'all remember the play where Bridges got fouled, where he got accosted, but he was looking to throw that lob to Mitch, but he got fouled first before he threw it. That let us know that Mike Brown saw something on tape, and he drew up something to set the tone early to send Brooklyn a message like, we ain't here to play with y'all. Now, did we get to execute it? Nah. But does that impress you with the fact that Mike Brown saw something on tape that he was bringing into the game that he can exploit with Mitchell Robinson? That's about process, so.
And I want to point out too, it looked like Yabusele losing weight.
Yeah, Yabusele looking
He
like.
looks slimmer. He looks smaller.
Yeah.
See,
He's
I
gonna
still
play
don't
himself into
understand
shape.
that. That
I'm
dude
not. I
played
don't think
all
I'm worried
summer.
about him.
That's
Yeah,
all I
right.
don't
I don't. How did
understand.
you gain weight? Like, how did that even happen?
Right.
He had that French cooking or something over the
That
summer.
freshman 15 that just showed up from out of nowhere. Yeah. The freshman 15 is the joke that we all tell, like in your freshman year of college, you eat differently, but you still gain weight. You know how you can eat as much as you want to eat at home, and then you go to college, and then you got a cafeteria card or a cafeteria slip, and you don't hardly eat that much in college, but then you like notice you keep gaining weight. You're like, wow, man, I'm up to such and such. You come home and your mama be pitching your cheeks like, hey, you don't put on weight. I don't know how. It's not like I can go to the fridge anytime I want to, But
and look, at this point, if we're nitpicking about hoping our 11th man figures out what he does, because like right now, technically, Yabusele's our 11th man in the rotation.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we can't, what team expects their 11th man to have any production? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I understand we signed them for whatever, but we got him for a bag of chips.
Right.
I mean, a veteran mid-level exception is nothing.
Right.
I mean, nowadays,
I think he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I mean,
he'll drop a little bit more weight, get with the system. I think he'll be fine.
yeah.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about it.
There's gonna be a couple games like Cat's gonna be out, and Mitch is gonna be he's gonna have to step in play some
Mm-hmm.
So he has his worth.
Right. Any concerns about Jalen Brunson shooting? What did JB shoot today like?
42%. I was just looking at it. That's the only reason I know.
Any concerns that
6 for
Jalen
14.
Brunson missed some bunnies? JB missed some bunnies. The putback, the offensive rebound putback by Mitchell Robinson, that was a bunny. I was like, wow, is there a cap on the rim or something?
I mean,
I'm never concerned with Jalen Brunson. Like,
yeah,
he's already proved himself to me. I'm not concerned. I'm not.
Like when he needs to get his, he'll get his. It's like right now he's just I feel like he's letting everyone else eat.
Okay.
And
where David
like,
Smith at? Because he took less shots than Cat today. I just want to point that out.
like,
Where David Smith?
like, to be honest, at the beginning of the season, everybody else was, figuring stuff out. That's why Jalen had to average 30 a game, like those first 5 games or so, But now everyone else is going, so he's dialing it back.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I think. Like, I think Jalen Brunson ramps up the scoring when we need it.
Okay.
And that's what I think he needs to do.
Okay.
Like, I've been saying all in the off season, and a lot of the chat, some of the other people in chat have said it. We're going to be a better team if Jalen's like 25, 26, and 8 as far as, assist average than if he was 28 and 6 or something. You know what I mean? But what I've noticed a lot, because of the passing and the looking for the next open man, sometimes he has that, what they call the hockey assist. Like, he might not always have that direct assist, but sometimes he'll get the pass that leads to the pass. That's been happening too a few times.
Right. Right.
And the way Cat's been, I mean, I know we all knew Cat has that passing in his bag.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's getting unlocked a little more this year.
Right.
Which I like. I think it needs to happen some more.
All Ball TV in the building. Salute.
Like,
Shouting out Tory B. People.
Hello.
I see some. I saw Mitch set a pick for Cat earlier in the game. Like, I see situations where Cat, passing it to Mitch for some dunks and stuff.
Right.
There's gonna be a lot of that stuff going on this year.
Right.
Cat has amazing court vision. I'm telling you, I take him. He didn't get his 4 assists today, but I usually take him for 4 assists on every parlay. He always hit.
Yeah.
He always hit. He has amazing passing skills. He actually does a great job seeing the court. He has amazing passing skills.
I mean, I've been happy with, and I'll just put it out there as a told you so to people that said I was crazy. But Jordan Clarkson, I told you that man could pass.
Oh, that by no look to what's that, the Cat?
Yeah,
It was a no look to Cat, right?
That was nice.
Yeah.
You talking about out to the corner for 3? The 3 he threw, the pass he threw to Shamit in the corner for 3,
Nah,
or
wasn't it?
just
It
the one
was
in
somebody
Cat?
trailing. It was in the.
That was nice too. Remember, he had that no look one in the lane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you talking about in the lane,
that the
and
Cat,
Brooklyn called
right?
a timeout after that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Passing is contagious. They all did it.
Yeah.
They all had some. They were all moving that ball around.
Right.
If you look down that assist column, everybody got 2 or 3 assists, at least 2 or 3 assists.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No doubt about it. And I think that comes from unselfish passing too. And I mentioned that before, though, not to be a narrative dead horse, but when everybody is unselfish, you'll see it show up in the box score, like Tory B said, right? Like, legit, it'll show up everywhere from shots made to assists, right? You'll see it to score. You'll see it when the ball is moving in an unselfish way, when you want your teammate to score just so that the team can win, you'll see it everywhere in the box score, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, man. What do y'all think about?
Let me ask, Coach, what do you think about Mitch being bouncy?
About Mitch being what?
Bouncy.
I
For
think
those that think that Mitch may be just harboring an injury and trying to labor through it, like, did Mitch not look bouncy to y'all?
yeah,
I honestly don't think he has an injury. Like, I don't think he's injured. I just think they trying to keep his minutes low so that he doesn't get hurt.
yeah.
I don't think I think he's fine. You could
I like the
look at how this man is playing. 8 points, 4 for 4 from the field, 8 rebounds in 16 minutes, 2 blocks. Come on, man. Come on. Man was
yeah.
all over the place, and let's not even talk about all the shots he changed. You don't get a
Oh, he
block
definitely
for the
changed 2
fact that
shots
he
tonight.
redirected. How many times they backed out of that court out of the paint because he was in there? How
Yeah,
many times he forced a bad shot because he was in there? Like, you don't get no credit on no stat
Mhm.
line for that, but we all see it.
right.
Yeah, I mean that's why I like the way Mike Brown's giving him some spurts like that in minutes,
Okay.
and not like leaving him in for
Keeping him
eight,
fresh.
8, 9 minutes like straight, and then he's dead, and the rest of the game, like it used to happen.
Okay.
That's I don't even think my personal opinion, and we talked about this on the phone, Freezy.
Yep.
I think Mitch should play back to backs too. Just play him less minutes. Because
Okay.
to me, I'd rather him play all the games and play a little less than take games off. Because to me, he's still got to get in game shape. Not like, because when you just miss games, you can't replicate the action of full speed game.
Right. Right.
Before
And
you
I
go
rather
past that point, right? Right, coach. I just want to ask, what you mean get in game shape? Mitch don't look like he in game shape to y'all. Because you said that the other day too, Freezy. You said you didn't think his conditioning was up. Well, you said or did you say you didn't want him sitting out because you wanted him to keep his conditioning up?
No. The way I said it is his conditioning is at risk.
Okay.
Right. Like
All right.
because you can no matter how much you work out, and I know this personally, no matter how much you work out in a gym or no matter how much you practice, when you get in a game and that adrenaline start flowing and the other teams start doing stuff different than you prepared for, it's a different
Uh-huh.
type of game shape. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I'm not saying that he's out of shape. As a matter of fact, when I mentioned, did y'all notice how bouncy he looked? I'm saying the opposite of that. Like
No.
tonight,
I go ahead. I couldn't recall whether you were talking about him being neat and conditioning or what you're saying now. But coach just was saying he don't think Mitch is in game shape, and I just don't see that. I think the
No,
man is flying all
I,
over the
I
place. I
did.
think he's fine, unless I
I didn't
misheard.
say that.
Okay, then I
I said
misunderstood what you said.
I said he needs to stay in game shape by
Oh,
playing
okay,
all the time.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah.
But like, because the way Mitch play, Mitch don't have he doesn't know how to shift down. You know what I'm saying? Like Mitch is
DSJ, that's hilarious, yo.
like like Mitch is all like he goes all out.
He played hard all the time.
He plays
Yeah.
Yep.
hard as hell. So
Yeah.
like you have to save Mitch from himself sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's why I think they limited his minutes so much.
right. So having him do a hard 16 to 18 minutes, I'd rather him do that than play him 20 to 25 when 5 or 6 of those he's, grinding a little bit and,
Right.
because that we've seen in the past when he plays more than 20, 25, he starts like the end of the game's different, so
Right.
I like the amount he's playing for. Like, if you want to keep it 16 to 18 all season, and then you can amp it up some more in the playoffs as needed. You know.
Yeah.
But I'd rather keep it at this minutes and let him play every game.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what I don't think. I mean, I think we dead on that. I don't think you ever gonna see Mitch in the back to back. But you know, I think they'll ramp up the minutes in the playoffs. But I don't think we ever gonna see Mitch in the back to back this year. I don't think that's ever
Yeah,
gonna happen.
I disagree with that though. Personally, I don't know. I'm
I
just
mean,
from a
we
different.
got a back to back coming, right? Wednesday,
Yeah.
Thursday.
I'm
Tuesday,
from a
Wednesday.
different era, bro. These dudes got to play, bro. I don't care who you
We
are.
all from that. We all from a different era, but than these guys. But you know, that I don't think we're gonna see it.
You
I
talking about,
just, you know,
Tuesday, Wednesday. I think we
Tuesday,
have
Wednesday, we got back to back, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Mitch
mean,
not playing one of them games. I'm
Mitch ain't
just
no
letting
more
you know.
special than Larry Bird or
I get it.
Barkley or
I
you know what
get
I'm
it.
saying. Like some of these dudes.
If the Knicks, right, think that what's going to keep him healthy, I'm all for it. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I
The
would
thing
like
is,
to see him play every single game, but back to backs don't come every, 3 days. They not, you know. We got a back
And
to back, and
I
then we got.
want him to play because that's our team.
I get it. I would
You
love
know
to
what I'm
see him out
saying?
there
Like
too, Coach. But
that's like
I think the
it's like we
reality of
can't
it is it
play.
ain't happening.
right.
It's
It ain't happening.
it's like if you translate it to other sports, like if you have a great running back but sometimes he gets hurt and you only use him like every other game, like it changes your game plan from game to game. Like we're trying to have a full team here all the time.
No, I get it.
Like, you know,
I get it.
so
I'm not. It's not that I don't disagree. I would like to see Mitch play every game too. I just don't think that that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and
You know.
so I guess the part of the question I was asking is how does Mitchell Robinson look to y'all on this load management plan? Like how does he physically look? What does his gameplay look like? In using this load management plan.
I think he looks
think
great.
this is the best he's ever looked to me.
He was a plus 40 today. Like that's insane. It's just
Right.
Mitchell Robinson is playing otherworldly. Like we are very lucky to have him. That's just I'ma just pray on him every
Whatever,
night.
Ribby.
Yeah. And so one of the things I noticed about Mitch, and listen, one of the things that we forget is that Mitchell Robinson is a huge human being, right? Like Mitchell Robinson is a huge human being, and for the stuff that he does, I think we kind of take it for granted. Like the rebound off the Jalen Brunson miss, right? And well, let me explain like this. So Mitchell Robinson and Karl Anthony Towns are two different types of rebounders, right? It's like two different tight ends. Like one tight end is a physical tight end that's going to muscle up the defender and catch the ball anyway, and then the other is a speed, nimble tight end that can just create mismatches and catch the ball in open space, right? And so Mitch and Cat are that. Like Karl Anthony Towns is the king of clasping rebounds in a crowd, right? So in a crowd, the ball ain't gonna be batted around. Like if y'all notice when Yabusele and Hug Porty into the game for the Knicks, in a crowd, y'all see the ball being batted around. Somebody have to chase it down, then finally somebody corral it. Wait, Cat is just gonna grab that rebound in the thing. And Mitch is one of those guys that's gonna box out and he's gonna go get the ball. Like Mitch, legit. Now, Cat will go get the ball if uncontested. Mitch is nimble. Like Mitch is strong and nimble at the same time. So he'll use
Right.
strength and agility at the same time to get rebounds and blocks.
And he's fast.
Right.
A lot faster than I thought he was.
Right. And so it's one of those things like when you see Mitch grab rebounds, you're like, man, this dude is so nimble, and agile. He can just go get boards and get them up before he's what we call a second leaper. And in hoops, we call him a second leaper, right? Like legitimately, like one of them guys that when the ball goes up, he can get off his feet quicker than everyone else can get off their feet. Like Rasheed Wallace, like Dennis Rodman. And then you have certain rebounders like Cat, who's not going to be nimble like that. If Cat was nimble like that on his feet, those bunnies that he missed, he would be dunking them things back easily, but he's not that. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying one guy is one thing, and the other guy is another thing. And Mitchell Robinson looked excellent at that tonight, even when Brooklyn was trying to put multiple bodies on him. He's just quicker and stronger than them at the same time.
Yeah, and I think it's a direct correlation to it's like what we talked about with Josh. I think Josh is going to look better in only 20 to 25 minutes. But when he starts playing 25 to 35, more of the Joshisms come out and the weird stuff. Like, same thing to me for Mitch. Like, everyone's saying how, all the Mitch lovers, which I love Mitch too, but not as much as some other people. Like, well, they say he should, if he plays 25 minutes, he's going to be that dominant for the 25 minutes. And that's just a straight lie. We've seen what's happened when he plays longer than that.
Right.
That's when he starts getting in quicksand. And it's not to Mitch's detriment. It's just he's a big man. You can't expect big men. It's not normal for big men to always play the way as hard as he plays for 30 minutes a game.
Right.
25, 30 minutes a game. You can't do it. So if you can get the production out of him, and it's called efficiency, we're getting these minutes from him, and he's making his impact in that short period of time. So why not stay with that, You
talking about Josh?
Well, both of them, but I'm talking about Mitch.
Okay.
So, and for anyone that thinks this is me being a hater, you're weird.
Or we can just stay on the topic. Maybe.
Thought we were.
Or coach can just get in the chat.
I'm just the chats are part of the show. I'm just being someone that's letting you know we're aware.
I understand. Now I understand what you're saying about because minutes don't necessarily equal production, in the sense that common NBA fans think. Like if you play longer, doesn't mean you'll get better as the minutes go along. Like if Josh plays more minutes, Josh is not going to average a triple-double for the season. Right. Like, that's not going to happen. Like Josh plays so hard and takes on these difficult tasks during the game. Outside of, for instance, if to compare, like to me, I think that one of the players that plays the hardest, that is under the radar, eventually he'll get his flowers, is OG Anunoby. Like OG plays hard everywhere over the floor all game. Like he's an integral part of the offense. He's an integral part of the transition defense, transition offense, and he's an integral part of the base defense. Right? Like legit, like the dude plays hard in every aspect of the game, and we take it for granted because what he does, he makes it look so effortless. The same thing with Mitch. The same thing with Mitchell Robinson switching onto smaller players with wings. Like OG and Mitch will come across a play and they'll effortlessly and unselfishly switch, right? And then recover if necessary, right? And then on the backside of that, you'll see Mikal Bridges come around and join in with the switch. And while it looks like an easy thing to do, it's not. It's a physical, demanding thing to do, especially when you have Mitchell Robinson looking to be a rebounder, shot blocker, and then at times having to be a perimeter defender at times until another perimeter defender shows up to help them recover back to their natural assignments, you get this thing where we take these things for granted until we see Gershon Yabusele and Huck Porty try to do the same thing. And then we like, oh man, they are trash because they can't do what Mitchell Robinson and OG Anunoby does. Nah, they're not trash because they can't do what OG does. We just need to appreciate what OG and Mitch does more because it's difficult doing those things. So
yeah. I'm just enjoying the decisions of the rotations and minutes right now. I think it's perfect. I mean, nothing's perfect, but it's just turning out pretty good so far.
right.
Agreed.
I think everyone's getting like comfortable with like the only one, like we talked about this a little bit, is like Yabusele's playing a lot less than he expected and we expected, But I think that's a direct correlation to, how much Mitch is playing well and Cat, for the most part, staying out of foul trouble.
Right.
Even though tonight he got almost into it. But like I said, I don't think I think everyone else is playing right around the minutes we expected.
Okay.
I think Clarkson and Hart's minutes will be based on the flow of the game and how hot they are. Either one are or aren't, I think if, Clarkson's on the heater, he's going to get a few extra minutes sometimes. I think Deuce's minutes are always going to be the same. And then Hart, same thing. Like he'll sometimes he keeps him in when, the flow was going well and he's being productive. He stays in.
Right. Okay.
And like Shamit's another one that's kind of like, I think he's coming in earlier in the rotation than we all expected. He at the beginning when we were talking about the preseason and who's going to make the roster, as far as the veterans go, he was kind of like the last spot, we thought. But he's kind of the first guy off the bench. Sometimes, a lot of times.
Okay.
I mean, for a few games, he comes in for Mitch.
Okay. Yeah. Man, I'm excited about what I saw tonight too. I think Mike Brown added 2 extra plays. The one where Bridges got fouled on early, I know that clearly is a play that they drew up, something that they probably installed over the 3-game break. Because as soon as he caught it, he looked to locate Mitch, right? So clearly there was something, he was told something there, right? In order to do that. And everyone else cleared the path for Mitch to go to the rim. When I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, that's a play right there. Right? Because they never ran that before. When have you ever seen Mikal Bridges catch the ball in the pinch post and look to throw a lob to Mitchell Robinson on the cut?
Yeah.
Like when you don't see stuff. Tori B, when's the last time you seen Mikal Bridges throw a lob to Mitchell Robinson?
I don't know.
Like never, right?
Yeah.
So
But I think that's gonna be a part. The way Mike Brown first got here, he said I could throw 8 lobs to Mitchell Robinson a game myself. So
right,
you had to know that was coming.
right.
Mm-hmm. And with dang, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Another thing we haven't touched upon much is This game, not so much because it's not like Brooklyn was doing things offensively to where he really had to lock anyone down or anything. But you notice how we haven't really been pointing out Jalen Brunson on defense, like shortcoming. Bro, he's been doing pretty good. I don't know if it's the scheme. I mean, obviously when Mitch is in there, it's a lot better too. But even Cat, I mean, besides Cat sometimes being catty with his not always getting all the way back or dropping back defensive, but he's making a lot more defensive plays too.
Yeah. And grabbing rebounds ends your defensive possession too. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the parts of defense that I think we don't speak about enough. Now, is Cat's defense around the rim good? No. Cat makes me want to just give him a stern talking to around the rim.
Right? I agree.
Because they're when a guy is 1 foot away from you, looking to throw up a floater, and you turn your back and prepare to rebound, like, Cat, can you just please throw that shot in the 18th row?
Right.
Just throw the shot in 18th row. If you block it, there won't be a rebound. Right?
It just seems like he tries to limit, how many times he has to leave the ground.
Yeah.
It's like him lifting to block a shot.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe that's how he hasn't had a major, knock on wood, being a big man. Because, a lot of times it's those really leaping, bouncy centers. They tend to get hurt.
We get hurt a lot.
It's like, so, it's one of those things and obviously when Mitch is in there, he takes that pressure off him where he can just, he can do the passing lane stuff, and which he's good at.
He's actually good at that now.
Yeah, he's good at defending the passing lanes and
right.
And when he's locked up on a man, he can defend.
Right.
It's when he's in that little island of responsibility where
when he has to think about stuff, he just his mind doesn't compute. Around the rim, it doesn't. Around the rim, it doesn't. It's just like, but one of the things I did notice is that Karl Anthony Towns' whistle this year is a lot better than it was last year. Now, if you think the whistle Cat gets this year is bad, just think back to how we used to watch games last year. Like he couldn't even walk. He couldn't do anything. That man was accosted on every play. Like Karl Anthony Towns legit may have been the only NBA player ever that got fouled on every play, whether he had the ball or not. And this year it's a little bit better. But it's still something to complain about.
It is a little bit better.
Think about that? What do you think about Karl Anthony Towns' whistle?
I still think he gets the worst whistle in basketball, but I do think it's a little bit better this season, but it's a little bit better this season because of the way he's playing basketball. Karl Anthony Towns is playing bully ball. He's not out there, and I can't even take credit for this analogy for noticing this, because I picked it up because of something someone else said. Like I was watching All Ball TV, and one of their guys was like, Cat always flailing and all over the place. He never just goes straight up. But this season, if you notice, he got his back to the basket more. And when he go in there, he goes straight up. So he's not flailing his arms all over the place. So he getting a little bit more calls at the rim. I just think if he plays stronger, he'll get more. And I don't mean that he's a weak basketball player. I just mean like if he goes straight up with the basketball, he'll get more calls.
But see, it seems like his agility and athleticism for a big man is a detriment to getting calls sometimes, because sometimes he'll avoid the contact, like to get a funky layup. and instead of going through somebody, because for one of that reasons, like I feel like he gets so many offensive calls on him, like he avoids the contact sometimes.
He
But
just gotta stop. Everybody else
yeah,
do it. They don't get the whistle. He
yeah,
can't. He can't leave with that arm, man. He gotta. He gotta keep that arm tucked. If he just don't put that arm out, he'll get a lot more calls because they call an offensive foul every single time.
yeah. And the
He
thing
gotta.
is,
He gotta learn how to stop doing that.
I mean, the more he
He's doing
goes
so much
inside,
better this season, though. Like I can't even. I don't really have too much bad to say about Cat this
yeah,
season. He's having a great season. I'm not. I don't want to play beat up Carl Anthony Towns today. I
Right.
think
Yeah.
he's
No.
having a good season. Like I don't think he deserves. I don't think it's warranted.
Yeah.
and he shoots too good from the free throw line too, to be like. So
I
anytime
mean,
he can go in and get fouled,
yeah, but he
that's a
gets
good
fouled
thing.
almost every time he goes to the basket. That's the thing. He just don't get the whistle. He get beat up out there. He still get beat up. He just don't get the he
Yo,
doesn't get a favorable whistle. It is what it is.
if he
I
got
thank God he
Giannis,
can fight through it and put the ball in the hole.
if he got half of Giannis's or SGA's whistle,
He'd average 40.
he'd have yeah because
Yeah.
he'll actually make his free throws.
Right.
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 Yeah. No, I agree with y'all on but the part of the thing with Cat. I think the other part though with Cat is this. I think I don't think Cat is wrong for the way that he drives to the rim. I think that's not fair. Because when others drive to the rim and they get less, have y'all ever seen an Oklahoma City Thunder game? Have y'all ever seen an Oklahoma City Thunder game and watch SGA go to the rim?
Mhm.
And before the defender, even and I'm saying it's so egregious watching like the SGAs of the world get like the golden whistle, right? Like, but as soon as they get in there and move, like defenders legit have to defend with their hands down against SGA in order to not get called. But when Cat goes, Cat goes to the rim. Now, mind you, SGA is guarded by elite wing defenders, right? And they have to defend with their hands down because if they ever get caught with their hands in the cookie jar, it's a whistle. It's gonna be the
Right.
march of dimes to the rim for SGA, right? But when Cat goes to now, mind you, think about who's guarding Cat as he goes to the rim. If you think Cat is a uncoordinated 7-footer with elite mobility and skill, right? Then imagine the clumsy 7-footers that are guarding him and hacking him on the way to the rim, hacking and whacking the whole time to the rim, right? You can call that for Cat at on every play. It's just they don't because they know that they
Right.
can call it on every play. In my mind, I don't think it's a Cat offensive challenge thing, right? Respectfully, because everyone's gonna have their opinion, and this is mine, right? My thing is not that Cat has to change his offensive game. My opinion is that the referees don't respect physicality in today's NBA, and they look to legislate it out of the game with the whistle. The slightest
Mhm.
little bit, the slightest little bit of physicality in the game, the whistles blow, and you see it. If you can imagine, y'all remember at the beginning of the season when Cat was backing people down, and guys were flopping back as soon as Cat get into their chest a little bit, they'll flop and
Hmm.
sprawl on the floor, and they would call Cat for the offensive foul, right? Those things right there are being legislated out of the game. The Cat's backing down, so to speak. Pause. Right, is so rhythmic, like the one doom bound, and then the defender is like, oh, here he come again. So they start flopping right when Cat is about to do contact, and the referee is like, man, but you bowled him over, Cat. And you're like, nah. Cat did one bounce bump, two bounce bump, and then before the third bounce bump, the defender's just flopping all over the floor like a fish, right? And then the referee's like, but you knocked his head off, Cat. No, he didn't. Like these guys know how Cat likes to back down, and so they anticipate his timing, and then they flop, right? And then on drives to the rim, those drives, in my opinion, those drives to the rim are easier to not blow the whistle, right, for Cat, because Cat is, when he looks to finish at the rim, they just, either way it goes, Cat gets a bad whistle, right? Regardless how it, Cat's going to get a bad whistle. And the thing is I know it's a New York thing because Jalen Brunson gets a terrible whistle. Like, I don't know whose whistle is worse. Is it Cat's whistle or Brunson's whistle? I think Cat's whistle looks worse because Cat will get called for ticky-tack fouls and Brunson doesn't. But
Right.
when
He
I
doesn't
watch
get
Jalen
cold though.
Brunson, if y'all ever watch Jalen Brunson in the post, pump fake, and a guy flies by Jalen Brunson and he steps underneath and lays it in, when those guys get in the air, they brush Brunson on the way by. That
Right.
is a foul.
He never gets that.
And he never gets that call. Right?
It's a Knicks bias show.
Yeah, and the chat knows what I'm talking about. When you see Jalen Brunson get it, he pivots, he faces up, and he pump fake. They don't jump. Then he reverse and then come back and pump fake again. And then they jump, and then he goes by, and you can see Jalen Brunson get hit all the way to the rim, hair flying everywhere, and they don't call it. Those are fouls. Right? Those are fouls. In my mind, I mean, but it is what it is, I think. Maybe I'm just a Knicks fan, and maybe I'm just a hardcore Knicks fan that wants my guys to succeed, or maybe Cat gets a bad whistle. Yeah.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah. I think Cat gets the bad whistle, but when you're the offensive player and you're going to the rim, you can't automatically assume that the defender has the advantage. Right? We can't assume that the defender has the advantage against Cat. Like Cat has to be perfect going to the rim with the basketball to get a shot off. That's not fair. That's not basketball. All right? We can't assume that Cat has to be picture perfect. In my mind, that Cat has to be picture perfect going to the rim because nobody else does. And so why would it apply to Cat? It's not fair in my mind.
Yeah, because you see Brunson, that man got an ice pack and bruises on his face every game.
Right.
He legit had a black eye in one of them games.
Yeah.
His whole eye was puffy. I said, what happened to him?
Hey, one other thing I wanted to ask y'all too is this: do y'all feel like Jordan Clarkson is becoming one of us?
Yeah, I think he already. I think he's already
the minute
had.
they put the Timberland over his shoulder in the hat on his head. I think it was over after that.
I think he's always had the vibe to be here. But think about the teams Clarkson's been on. He ain't been on a team like this yet.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a winning situation, and it's a situation he wanted to be in.
Right.
They asked him, his agent was like, I want to go to the Knicks. Like, immediately. As soon as he got let go, this is where I want to go.
Right. Get this done.
So,
right. Yeah.
So, I didn't think I think, he had a little rocky start. But as soon as he got consistent minutes, like I said, he came around. He's playing well.
Right. You know what? I think Cat got off to a rocky start this season too, though.
Yeah, I think it was harder for him to adjust to this system. But here we are, 9 games in, right? It's 9 games. I feel like it's 9 games. It's 9 games. Here we are, 9 games in, and they look like a completely different team than they did game
Abu
1 of the
Dhabi.
season.
Yes.
They look
The
like
team-
a completely different team. And Mike Brown is sitting in his press conference talking about how much better he needs the offense to be. And I'm like, well, if they get better, they're going to get better than this. I can't wait to see it.
Oh, it's on the way.
I can't wait.
It's on the way because when we start thinking about, because right now we're looking at early success and result, right? But when we continue to fine tune the process of doing stuff, I think the results are going to be even even better.
I mean, they have
Mhm.
5 seasons of ISO ball, right? Under tip. And
Right.
that worked for them. I'm not knocking it. It didn't. I wasn't sitting home crying a river about them playing ISO ball. So it worked for them for however long it worked. And now they had to adapt to a whole new system, and it's only 9 games in, and they look like they've been playing this for 9 years.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
They adjusted so fast.
Right.
And for me, it looks great. For they coach, he like, yeah, we gotta clean it up. It got I'm like, how much better can this get? Oh God. I can't
Right.
wait to see
Mhm.
it. I can't wait.
Right.
Like the only two teams Jordan Clarkson's been on that had a winning record were those 2 early years in Utah. The one he won Sixth Man of the Year, and he was a finalist for Sixth Man of the Year.
Right.
So that's what he does when he's on a good team. So all them other years, he was on the bad Lakers when he first started.
Yeah.
He was on them bad crossover Cleveland teams, the non-LeBron years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, then he was in those. He had a couple of good Utah years before Mitchell left, and then they went down the tubes. So he's in an environment that he's going to be happy.
Right.
I don't even think it. I don't even think it comes down to just a minutes thing either.
Okay.
Because I just think he's happy that he's contributing on a winning team, and especially at this stage of his career. Like, if you feel like you're contributing to a championship level team, what do you even care about? Because he's already done the scoring over 20 in the league, and he's won an award, Sixth Man of the Year. Like, he's won some individual things, done some individual stuff.
Okay. All right. So with that, I want to ask y'all. I want to ask y'all this. What is my So this is for my hardcore. This is for my hardcore Knicks fans. So I think I got like about. I think I got a few minutes before we'll need to wrap. But let me ask y'all this. Man, Coach Mike is your mic's super sensitive, bro.
Sorry,
I love
bro.
that. No, what kind of mic you got?
Bro, this is my laptop mic, bro.
Man, that laptop mic is picking up everything, bro.
Sorry.
No. I'm saying, what kind of laptop is that, bro?
I thought you
I,
was unfolding paper.
Right. I thought he
Now I
was
see it's a
doing.
wrap. I'm like, what are you
I
doing?
was
I
I
thought he
thought
was
it was
making
you,
swans. Y'all ever
I
saw
was
I'm
somebody
like,
make
what
those
opening.
he got
swans or
something
whatever?
written down?
I'm treating myself to a midnight snack.
Gotta have a glass of water with that.
You gotta have that glove, yeah. Yeah, some beverage,
Really
bro.
a glass of milk, but
Yeah.
I don't have milk.
But so here's the thing. I've been trying to save this for a separate show. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that or not, but I'll ask y'all. Did Leon Rose put together a super team?
I
Chat.
think he did it right, and he don't know he did it. Like, I think he did it by accident. Like, I don't think he expected. I don't. I did. You have a question? That's your question, right? But my question is this: did you think this team could be this good? I knew we could be good. I didn't know we could be this good.
Right.
I mean,
Like, so I don't think Leon knew what he knew, but he didn't know. You know what I mean? If that makes
you know,
sense.
it's funny you said that because I was gonna mention this in the middle of the Minnesota game when they were putting in some of these subs. You know, like when the 2 or 3 come in at a time, and I'm noticing who's on the court,
Right.
and I'm like, bro, we can just keep throwing these lineups at you. I mean, we can legit have like 4 or 5 different starting level lineups at all times.
Right.
Like there's lineups that we have without Brunson and without Cat that are good lineups. Like any team would be happy to have that lineup.
Right. Right.
Like there was a time when Deuce and Clarkson and Josh and Mitch and like Shan, like they were out there. They were just all balling. I'm like, we ain't even got a starter. We have 1 starter out there, and we looking
And
pretty
Mike Brown
damn
is
good.
good for that. He'll do that. He'll have just OG out there or just McCall out there with the second unit. And I'm like, dang, yo, we deeper than I thought we were. Like this
Yeah.
is
And I think at the top, I think at the top of the roster, I don't know how many teams 1 through 4 can say they have a better 1 through 4 than the Knicks right now.
I say that all the time. They got
Right.
a 1 and a 2,
There can
right?
be. There
But
can be.
they don't have the rest.
Be,
If
be,
there's can you find a better Brunson? Yeah, better Cat. Yeah. Can you find a better McCall, better OG? Yeah. Can you find them all on one team? Absolutely not.
no.
Just that you can't find them all in the same place. You could find them, just not all together.
Right.
Like think about the teams that had 2 All NBA guys last year. Like
Celtics.
OKC
Right.
after
They
SGA and Jalen Williams. I mean, is Chet better than Bridges and OG? Come on.
No. No. The man ain't better than no.
like it's just
Chet gets
I
loved
s-
because he's young and he's unique. But being young and unique only gets you so far. At some point, you have to take advantage of your youth and your uniqueness.
Yeah. And then you got Mobley and Mitchell last year. Who's their third guy?
right. Like you can find again, you can find better players than all of our players, but you're not gonna find them all on the same team. It's just not gonna happen.
Right. One of the things, one of the reason why this sticks in my mind is, and not to have this sound like Knicks hype, but one of the reasons why I'm bringing this up is the definition of a super team and what it is. So if you ask yourself, what is a super team, right? And the conventional wisdom has been over the years is that a super team is some sort of big 3 with adjacent good players on it that are all looking to achieve the same goal, right? Like a super team is the Miami Heat, and then they
Mhm.
added Shane Battier and Ray Allen. Yeah, remember that? You remember Shane Battier and Ray Allen with Miami? Like these these type players. A super team is Golden State with Clay, Draymond, and Steph. They add KD and then add Iguodala. A super team, right?
Yeah,
And
Boston with
yeah,
Ray Allen and KG and Paul Pierce. That was in
And the thing
Rajon
is,
Rondo.
right,
after R4, now you're talking Mitch. None of them teams got a Mitch.
Right.
right.
I didn't say you could find another Mitch because I don't think you could find another Mitch. So I just
Nah,
left
Yeah.
I just left that one out.
And
You're not
then
finding another Mitch.
right,
you got when it's good Josh,
right,
then you got that dude. He can start on most other teams.
right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the question about did Leon Rose build a super team to me is not just the personnel on the roster. Because the second part of a super team is can super talented players play together without creating redundancies, right? Like for instance, um, can you have can you add Kevin Durant to Golden State without having multiple wing scorers? Yes, because for the record, Steph Curry at the time was a backcourt scorer. So adding a wing scorer doesn't create a redundancy. You
I
feel
mean
me?
that was a
Mhm.
that team when KD went to the Golden State, that was cheat code, bro.
Yeah. That's what I mean. And so then when you look at the Miami Heat team, was that a super team? Yes. Did they have redundancies? No, because that Miami Heat team had an elite backcourt scorer and maybe the greatest wing player of all time, and a jumbo wing that can play 3, 4, and 5 comfortably in Chris Bosh.
Yeah. And
Comfortably.
then you had Haslam, who was
Right.
your did all the dirty work.
Right. 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 Yeah. So you have these things like, what's the real definition of a super team? Is it a big three and so with supporting players? Or is it, say, a big two with a bunch of really, really look for because in my mind, if you trade our fourth best player, whoever it is, to Brooklyn right now, he would be their franchise player. Whoever you think, chat, whoever you think our fourth best player is right now, I'm telling you, he could be the Brooklyn Nets franchise player.
Yeah, look at
right
Michael
now.
Porter Jr.
Right? Like you could legit trade our fourth best player to the Washington Wizards and he'd be their franchise player. In my mind. And so when I think about the super team thing, because I don't know if Leon Rose built a super team. Right? But what I do think is it's fascinating to ponder or to consider. Because here's the thing with Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is walking around like Clark Kent all the time. These first 9 games, Jalen Brunson has been walking around like Clark Kent. At any moment, he could become Superman for us. At any moment, all you have to do is take them glasses off, and he'll be the best player in the NBA for a stretch, right? And Karl Anthony Towns is, in my mind, the most unique big man in the NBA. Right? Depending on what you like from your big man. I think Karl Anthony Towns is probably the most uniquely skilled big man in the NBA because he can give you so much. There could be nights where legit you could just run your offense through Karl Anthony Towns and he doesn't have to shoot jumpers. He can stay in the pinch post and pass and rebound if he wanted to. Like legit, he could stay in the pinch post, find cutters, kick balls out to the corner, right? If he wanted to, right? Oh, OG Anunoby, I promise you, OG Anunoby right now is a top 50 NBA player at this moment. Right at this moment, he's a top 50 NBA player. So yes, I'm including OG Anunoby in the way too early All-Star game conversation. Will he make it? I don't
Having
know.
a
OG Anunoby
great
never gets.
season. Oh,
He don't get
man.
respect. So
Are they doing the international versus US this year?
I'm not sure. But let me finish my point though, just real quick about OG in the super team thing, just real quick. I think the Knicks have a fascinating conversation about if this is a super team or not. If we're looking at what the definition of what a super team has been in the past. So if we look at what a super team has been in the past, I think the Knicks may have a super team. They may, right? But what is the definition of a super team going forward? So do in this era, do the Knicks have a super team? And mind you, and listen, everybody, and I know the easy answer is no. The super team hadn't won anything. Usually, when you put a super team together, you get that 1 year of trying to figure it out, and then the years after that, you start winning stuff. Right? Look at the Miami Heat. They didn't win the first year, right? I mean, the Kevin Durant Warriors, they started winning off rip because they had already been champions. They won the championship without Durant. Then when he showed up, they won with Durant. Right? But if we're ultimately, if the definition of a super team is two uniquely skilled, dynamic, unstoppable forces and a undeniable supporting cast, I think the Knicks have a super team, right? Based on that definition. But if it's based on what the old definition was, I don't know. Chat, what do y'all think? Do you think the Knicks have a super team?
I mean, I guess the way our season turns out from this point will define that. But on paper and from what I've been seeing on the court, I think it has all the makings to be one.
Rose was out there collecting players like Infinity Stones.
And I did look it up. So this year they're doing 2 U.S. teams and an international team. They're going to do like a round robin of 8 players.
Okay.
So they're going to do like a round robin tournament. So with that format, there's going to be 8 international players. Because that's where OG is going to fall under.
Which one is he going to fall under?
The international.
Is he? Okay.
So you got to think about 8 other international guys ahead of him.
7 other players, probably.
Well, 8. Because he wouldn't make it if there was 8 ahead of him. Because there's going to be 8 per team.
Right. So there would be 7 other players then.
Yeah, if he makes it. But I'm saying, are there 8 guys ahead of him for him not to make it? That's what I was.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand the question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Think about it. Jokic, Luka, Giannis,
Wemby,
SGA. He's
SGA.
Canadian.
Yeah, SGA. Ooh, yeah, he may not make it, bro. He may not be a top 10 international player.
Then you got Markkanen and Siakam, but they're on losing teams.
Yeah.
We're missing somebody else.
But their numbers will look ridiculous compared to OG and Anunoby's numbers because they get featured in their offense, especially with Halliburton out. Ooh.
He might sneak in though. That's interesting. International. I mean, because if Giddey keeps playing the way he's playing, he might be considered too.
Yeah, he'll be a starter. Yeah, he'll be an all-star starter if he keep playing like he's playing. Yeah.
Then you got like Sengun.
Yeah. OG's not better than Sengun offensively. Defensively, he's better than Sengun by a mile. But you don't get voted to the All-Star game for defense, though.
Right.
Ain't that a shame? Defense is definitely a part of basketball.
Right. Right.
Good basketball, anyway.
Good basketball, for sure. For sure.
I mean, then there's Denny Advia.
Yeah.
He's right on the cusp, though. He's like right there.
So if the Knicks get 3 All-Stars, then the Knicks have a super team.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm thinking, in my mind, the Knicks may have a super team just on the fact of just off the mere fact that we can have this conversation. right? Because if you look at the three layers of roster, right? Stars, role players, and bench, right? If you look at that, right, then I think the Knicks have a super team because they have 2 all-star starters. They have 2 elite role players in Bridges and OG. And then, and I hate to say bench players, but when you talk about Josh and Deuce, they come off the bench. Those are elite bench pieces, bro. Josh Hart and Deuce McBride are elite bench pieces. And if Jordan Clarkson is going to be about 13, 14 points a game, he's an elite bench piece. Right? Not to mention what we get from Mitch. By the All-Star break, if Mitch has about 30 games in his bag by the All-Star break, you got to start considering him for postseason awards. Considering him for postseason awards because you got to play 65 in order to be eligible. Chef NYK is in the building. Salute. Prezi in the building.
Yeah,
So
because if they really did factor in defense too, what Bridges and Anunoby are doing offensively, as well as their defense, that they should be a lock, bro.
Right.
Because how many people right now are doing two-way what they're doing?
It's too difficult to do, bro. It's too. One of the things to your question, Coach, it is too physically demanding on the human body to be an elite offensive player. Like it's rare for the best. It's rare for, and when I mean rare, I mean rare. I'm not talking about rare as gold. No, I'm talking about rarer. I'm not talking about like platinum. I'm talking about rarer than that, right? It's for a guy to be for a player to be top 10 offensively and top 10 defensively. You generally only get one, unless you get a historic anomaly like Wemby. Like, how rare is it for you to have a Giannis and a Wemby in the NBA at the same time? Super rare, right? Like to get a Wemby and a Giannis playing NBA basketball, like their careers overlap. That's beyond rare.
Yeah, they have 2 transcend like the talents or legendary talents like overlapping.
Right.
Kind of like the Kobe and LeBron overlap for a little bit, you know.
Right. And I'm so, and what I mean too is the physical unicorn overlap. Like Giannis with the ability to move like a guard, and Wemby at 7'7" moving like a guard. Like watching Wembyana legit doesn't even look real for a person that's 7'7" to do the stuff that he's doing. And I say 7'7" according to the guy that follow LeBron, the big guy that follow LeBron, whatever his name is. He said he saw Wemby, and Wemby is every bit of 7'7". So,
but like if Bridges and Anunoby were on any other team right now, they'd both average 20.
Yeah.
They'd get the shots.
Yeah. And you know what? And I'm gonna say this, and y'all probably gonna think this is cap. But I think if Mitchell Robinson played for any other team, he'd be in all-star consideration. Would have been in all-star consideration. Like if say for instance, if Mitchell Robinson played for the Golden State Warriors and you could see him on the floor with Steph Curry every night, right? Because all eyes are going to be on Steph Curry. But if you put Mitch under that same microscope, Mitchell Robinson is an all-star. I would even venture to say Mitchell Robinson and Draymond Green together would give you the number one defense in the NBA when they're playing. And I think Mitchell Robinson is so underappreciated as a Knick that whenever he leaves, whether that's at the trade deadline or in 7 to 8 years, whenever he leaves, whenever he gives up his Knicks jersey, I think we're gonna wish we had another Mitch, right? We're gonna be asking for trying to find another Mitchell Robinson as soon as he hangs up his Knicks jersey, whether that's in 10 years after he's legit a washed up bench player coming off the bench behind the next generation of Knicks, or if he's traded at the trade deadline. We're gonna sorely miss what Mitchell Robinson brings to the Knicks,
Absolutely.
and appreciate him in a way probably greater than other role players that have been here. Like you can't, like, there are some Knicks fans, you can't tell us nothing about Anthony Mason. Like, to some Knicks fans like me, Anthony Mason is a saint and has been a saint since the first day I laid eyes on him. You're like, hey man, that dude's 6'7", 260, and handling the ball like a point guard. Right? Guards are guarding him and he can still handle the ball. Like, he's got slick New York City point guard handles.
And he was defending the other team's best player no matter who they were.
Right.
He was defending the perimeter and in the post.
Right. And in the mid-range. All these places. I saw legit one night. I saw Michael Jordan lighting Anthony. I saw Michael Jordan lighting Anthony Mason up, right, on pump fakes. Like, he'd just start and do his head like this, and Anthony Mason would be in the ceiling somewhere, and Jordan would go to the rim and dunk, right? And then I think at the end of the game, you're like, man, Jordan was killing Anthony Mason. And I think Anthony Mason finished that game with a triple-double or something. And you're like, oh, he had a triple-double? Damn. Like legit, Anthony Mason is so good that when he looked bad, he was still doing good, is basically what I'm saying. Like, Anthony Mason was one of those guys that when you knew he was going to be at a disadvantage, he still performed well. Right? And
why didn't we keep him?
It was time, bro. You couldn't win. Anthony Mason was a power forward, and Charles Oakley was a power forward. Yeah. And Anthony Mason needed to be a full-time starter with the offense running through him. And you couldn't have him and Charles Smith and Anthony Bonner and Charles Oakley all at the same time, man. It was just time to get Larry Johnson, bro.
Bro, in that first year he went to Charlotte, he averaged 16, 12, and 6 assists, bro. Right.
He's killing out there.
He probably could have averaged a triple-double if Charlotte could shoot.
Yeah.
That's the Bobby Phills Charlotte Hornets, right? Kendall Gill, Bobby Phills. Everybody was undersized. David Wesley, Muggsy Bogues, maybe. Charlotte Hornets. Because if that's that Charlotte Hornets where everybody was undersized, they couldn't shoot at all.
I mean,
he's still. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that. I remember that last year at the Knicks, he had double-digit rebounds. I think he almost averaged 10, and he had like 5 assists with us too. But
yeah, he needed to be a starter, bro. He needed to be a starter. You can only keep a guy on your bench for so long, bro. Like, and no disrespect to Charles Oakley, but man, Anthony Mason, you can only keep him, suppress his minutes for so long, right? You can't run 2 power forwards out there, right? And you probably could have if you had a switchable power forward that could guard on the perimeter, but Oakley wasn't that. Oakley was great at what he did, but he wasn't going to be, like, you couldn't switch him onto Steve Kerr, right? Like, you can legit switch Anthony Mason onto Steve Kerr or John Stockton, and he'd at least hold his own.
Oh, that's when they They had Glenn Rice and Vlade
Oh, okay.
and Del Curry
And Del Curry.
and
And
Ricky
Eddie was
Pierce.
Eddie Johnson on that team?
No, Ricky Pierce was. It was
Ricky
like
Pierce was, I remember Ricky Pierce, yeah.
he was like 37. He still averaged 12 that year.
Yeah. Kendall Gill
Yo,
wasn't there? I thought Kendall Gill was there. Number
Kendall
13?
Gill wasn't there. He wasn't there no more.
Oh, wow.
Anthony Mason was NBA third team that year.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Anthony Mason. You talking about 97? Was that 97?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Glenn Rice was NBA all NBA second team.
That man could shoot, bro.
Yes, he could.
That man could shoot, man.
Bro, he shot 47% from three that year. Golly.
Yeah, that man could shoot. All right, so before we wrap up and get out of here, y'all got anything y'all want to throw at the crowd before we get out of here?
I was gonna ask, since we were talking about this current team, you still think size is gonna be an issue for us going forward? Because we're still legitimately a pretty small team. I mean, this offense is clicking, but we're still small.
That's a great question. I need a few seconds to think about that. What about you, Coach? That's a great question. I need, in fairness to the question, I just need a few moments to think about that.
I mean, as long as Mitch is there, I think we're big enough. And because when you're talking about a league that doesn't count on the big man as much anymore,
Right.
I mean, I think we're small at the wing. If that's what you were referring to, like size wise.
Mm-hmm. No, I just mean all around. I mean, Brunson's pretty small. Like, we just don't have those big, long, athletic guys that are. And to me, if you're putting the ball in the basket, you're putting the ball in the basket. But if the people on the other side are twice your size, they're going to be putting the ball in the basket too. So we're going to have to rely on our defense. So I'm just curious if you guys think if you still, because that was a thing at the beginning of the season. So do you guys think, we're still too small?
I think because we have three of the most elite defensive players in the league, with
I agree with
Mitch,
that.
Mikhail, and OG, them three relatively size-wise are fine, obviously. The only time it would have been an issue was offensively, but
Mhm.
the way our offense is, I don't think it even matters the size because of the way the extra pass, looking for the open man, like height is like negated.
Oh, you mean if the only time it matters is if a high level team pulls us in a back alley where size might matter that way because the game is slowed down, right?
Yeah, like if it comes down to back to where we got to count on Brunson isoing into the paint, and I think our size is going to be an issue,
Right.
But I mean, I can see us having problems with, Houston's and the teams that are like their perimeter guys are tall.
Right.
That's where I'm more worried about. Because
you mean in the finals? In the finals?
Yeah. I'm not worried about anybody's size in the East.
Okay.
Like the size-wise, the only team that's big in the East to me is Orlando.
Right. And they don't have skill
And
inside.
they don't shoot good enough.
Yeah, they don't have skill inside. Like they don't have elite passing. They don't have elite shot making. They have brute force shot making, right? which at the end of the day, that's basic shot making, and they're good at it.
Yeah.
But
And like sometimes we used to think Cleveland was big with Jared Allen and
they
Mobley,
not
but
big, bro. They not big.
they not big though at all.
Nah, they're not big at all.
So like to me,
Y'all
and
remember
Boston,
when Cat bullied Evan Mobley down low and dunked on him? Anybody remember seeing that?
hell yeah. Like, I mean, right now our star lineup is huge. If you think about it, except for Brunson.
I agree. Let me answer Tori B's question though. So Tori B, to your question, I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound like I'm peeling back layers on the onion, right?
All right, Shrek.
I know I can't help it. I can't help it.
Donkey.
Donkey. Yo, I'm gonna say this about the Knicks size. I think the Knicks has an abundance of size, right? I think the Knicks may have so much size that we may have size in excess, right? The only thing is, who are we going to take out of the rotation in order to play the size that we have? Like, who's going to be, like, who are we going to take out in order to play Huck Porty, who deserves quality NBA minutes? Who are we going to take out to play Yabusele, who's shorter, but he's not little.
Right,
He's
strong
a
guy.
big man. Yeah. Right. And then if you think what we have in the oven, because we don't have anything in the microwave, but we do have some stuff in the oven. Like if y'all saw Mo Diawara tonight, y'all know
Some
Mo
quick
Diawara.
threes.
Y'all know he's on the way.
He's in the crock pot.
Yeah, he's in the crock pot. And if you value defense, Pacom Dadier is in the crock pot, right? If you value defense, Dadier is like right now. I think Pacom Dadier is our fourth best defender, and this is just from a basketball. This is not like fan favorite stuff. This is just like basketball analysis. I think Dadier's defense is. I think you have OG, you have Mitch, you have Bridges, you have Deuce, and then you have Dadier. To me, those are your defenders on this roster, right? And I'm talking about on an island or team defense, right? And so if you talk about size, like, are we talking about size right now in this moment, or are we talking about size that'll be available to us on our championship run?
No, I'm talking about in this moment.
Oh, in this moment, that we're little in this moment because Shaman is 6'4".
You think those guys will be ready for us in during the playoffs, like the Iwara and
Yeah, I think so.
Well, she called out. I don't remember, but
Yeah, I think so.
Porty. Okay. I mean, listen, as long as we got somebody to pull out there, let's go.
I think if Dadier and Diawara were on the Wizards, on the Nets, on Utah, if they were on any other kind of team, they would be in a rotation for sure.
Yeah, Charlotte, they'd be in a rotation plan.
Yeah.
Right. We got a lot of talent. We have great problems.
But and to unfairly answer your question, though, like to unfairly answer it, I gotta answer it in like 3 stages. Like, are we small right now with the rotation? Yes, but this rotation is winning. Right. So do we change up what we're doing right now to get bigger?
No.
I'm not for sure if that's the play at this moment. Like, but in season like January, February, March, when you'll see guys randomly taking days off in order to be healthy for the long term, I think you'll see those guys be plug and play, and you'll see them guys get better and better as the season goes. But when the playoffs get here, rotations traditionally get shorter and not longer. So when the
Right.
playoffs get here, you may not see Yabusele play as much or Huckporty play as much because you basically have a core 7 that you trust, right? You got your core 4, and then you got your 3 of Hart, Deuce, and Mitch, right? And then you have, you gotta have Shamet and Clarkson because they're valuable. And then after that, you have players 10 and 11, Huckporty and Yabusele. And then players 12 through 15, that will probably fluctuate because it depends on how far along does Tyler Kolek come between now and in April. How far along does Mo Diawara come? How far along does Dadier come? And there are certain names that we hadn't said yet that I think right now may be better than Mo Diawara and Pakam Dadier, and that's Tosan and Kev McCullough.
Right.
So like the team has all these pieces and this flexibility. The thing is do you, because I think I understand the premise of the question, but I think there is a motive to the question. I think the motive to the question is, if we're too small, do we make a trade? I think that's what is that what you were asking?
No.
Okay, that's what I assumed.
You know, I
then.
want this team to stay together. But that's selfish me.
Right.
That's selfish me.
But the thing is, if Diawara and Dadier find a way to impress enough, then it does make Yabusele kind of expendable.
See, when I talk trade, I'm talking about our core. If we're gonna trade and I hate to say it like that because he on the team, but they're gonna trade Yabusele. He been here like 5 days.
Yeah, he ain't been here long enough to prove.
Like I don't.
No,
I mean,
I know. I'm not saying I want to get rid of him already. I'm just saying, like, if
no, I'm saying if they get rid of him, I mean, I'm not going to cry a river over it.
Right.
I just,
I mean, especially if they trade him for some big old wing or another big rotation big, who knows? But and me wanting that is just the selfishness of wanting a perfect team. It's not like we need that piece. You know what I'm saying? It's just nice to have in the back pocket, insurance.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I'm not giving up on Yabusele. I still think he has good value. Like, I think because here's the thing about him. He's played very high leverage games. Like he's been on some big stages in the Olympics, and like it ain't like the moment's too big for him. It's not like New York's. I just think he's finding his knit, groove here. It's all. Okay. Like, there's no way we're going to be this lucky that all 10, 11 guys in rotation are perfect right off the bat. There ain't no team in the NBA that's happening to right now. Nobody.
Okay.
The fact that we only got one guy we're hoping figures it out, we're lucky.
Right.
Like, there's some teams figuring out the starting lineup right now.
Okay.
There's some teams wondering who their sixth man is, the seventh man off the bench,
Right. And some of these are championship contenders.
Yeah.
Right. Like trying to figure out the mix. It's early in the season. They're trying to figure something out. So
some of them are winning in the middle of, the Lakers have had a couple guys hurt and LeBron's out and they're still winning. And
right.
they're finding an identity over there.
Okay.
But I mean, I think that even if Halliburton and Tatum are in town, I still think we're the best team in the East, bro. Period.
Yeah.
So, but with them not here, we're head and shoulders in my eyes.
Right. Okay. All right. Hey, well, thank you everybody for coming through. Remember, everybody, the Discord. Let me see. Let me put the Discord in the chat. So if y'all want to continue the conversation on Discord until we meet again, do that. Like, let's talk about Mitch. I found y'all a place. This is our place to continue the conversation until we meet, right? I'm gonna call out Coach Malpica on Discord to talk about how. Well, I ain't gonna say y'all just come join and y'all will see, because I think the Knicks are gonna do a trade, and I think it's gonna be one of those trades where it's like a long time coming, but it's gonna surprise you who it is, right? I think it's gonna surprise you who it is. So at some point, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, we'll continue that conversation there, right? And Coach, would you consider John Morant? We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. Hey, thank you to Tori B for coming through and rocking with us, man. Appreciate Tori B coming through. Tori B be asking you these hard ass questions and on national TV, right?
You be asking hard questions too.
He put people on the spot.
I'm sorry.
No.
This is what I think about. This is what I think about a John Morant trade.
That's what we would do to the league if we had John Morant.
No, that's what I want to do to that trade. Cut it.
Oh man, come on, man. Come on, Coach. We gotta talk basketball. Hey, Giants fans. So sorry. We out of here, y'all. Peace, everyone.
Good night, people.
Good night.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and